America, America has stolen liberty, slavery, and Jim Crow hoods. Oh, God save the black race, race. All right, so I'm going to come here. Yesterday I watched this. I was watching CNN. Don't ask why. I don't usually watch CNN, but I was watching CNN before work. I was waiting on my ride to work, and they were talking about all the budget cuts that Donald Trump is trying to get passed so that he can have money to build this wall. Now, as it relates to this wall, I don't support the building of the wall. I feel like all we need is, regulation when it comes to immigration and things of that nature. I don't think that trying to build a literal wall is the American way because, I don't think Congress is going to let that happen. But so he wants to cut welfare, he wants to cut Medicaid, and a few other things. And the two things that stuck out to me was Medicaid and welfare. Now, if he cuts welfare, and this is statistically, white people are not going to let this happen. They're not going to let that happen. If black people make up 30% of the country allegedly, even though we know that that's not real, if we only make up 30% of the country, that means we are not the most people on welfare. So if you cut welfare, that means you're cutting, white families, you're cutting minority families, you're cutting families' budgets, that allows them to take care of their children, feed their children. And if you cut first of all, we already don't have, adequate or affordable health care. So that's why Obama had did the Affordable Health Care Act. And then Trump got in and fucked that shit up. And now he's trying to cut the budget even more. So I just feel like if you want to build a wall, use your business money. If you want to build a wall, get all the supporters, all of the people who think that it's a good idea, get them to pay for that shit. I think they start a GoFundMe? I mean, again, I'm not supporting of the wall, but what I'm saying is if you want to go that far is to really, get the money for it and actually push that agenda. Don't expect the citizens or the taxpayers to pay for it because, people don't mind paying into Medicaid and welfare and things like that. And you know what? This even pisses me off because, when they close all of those schools in Philadelphia, saying that they couldn't afford the schools. Okay, so where's that tax money going now? Because a lot of our kids are bust up and bunched into the same schools. They closed down all these big schools and put all these students into the smaller schools, which made no sense. But so if y'all didn't have the money to sustain all these schools, but the taxes are still being paid and taken out of everybody's check, where's this money going to? Like I have a question. That is like a standstill question for me. Like where is the money going? And Congress is they're spinning their heads, and the news are like, oh, he's trying to do this, he's trying to do that, and I'm just like, oh no, Congress is not going to let him build a wall. They're not going to let him cut Medicaid. I mean, well, shit, they might. I feel like if they cut the budget for education, then why would they not cut the budget? Like you have to remember, the budget for education used to be $14 million, and all of this stuff you can research because again, I'm not one of those people who just talk to talk. The education budget used to be 14 million. It is now 3 million. Now think about all the districts and like think about your state, right? And think of how many districts and different towns and counties you have in your state. And think about the fact that you're going from 14 million to 3 million. And then when it went to 14 million to 3 million, I think they even chopped it down lower. So that's how, allegedly that's how all those schools were closing the way that they were. But I just don't like Trump. You want to build this wall, you want this to be done. Motherfucker, use your own money. Like, there's a lot of things in the society that we want to fix, things like Medicare, and the welfare program and stuff like that, because people do need these assistances, Some people do need these to get by, it shouldn't be used as a crutch, which some people do use it as, but people need people need welfare to, get by sometimes. And as it relates to Medicare, we need affordable health care. Like, why? This is why people don't go to the hospital. This is why people don't go for checkups because you can't afford it. Nobody is trying to pay, a bunch of money just to find out there's nothing even wrong with you. The co-pays are out of pocket. You get your insurance, they don't want to cover anything. So, healthcare is fucked up in this country. And that's a shame because we are the richest nation on earth. So why is healthcare fucked up? So, I just feel like Donald Trump really needs to sit back and, really think about it. Like you have a golden opportunity. You are now the president of the United States. You're going to go down in history. You're going to be remembered. Do you really want this to be a legacy? You want your legacy to just be racist rhetoric? They're going to start calling you Cutter. Like you remember when if you're in Philadelphia like me, we had a Mayor Nutter and we started calling him Mayor Cutter because he cut all of the school programs. He cut all of the no. Oh, sorry about that. But yeah, when he cut all the school programs, we started calling him Mayor Cutter. So Donald Trump already going to be known as the person who cut a bunch of budgets, who fucked up the system, and the person who tried to build the wall to keep people out. I mean, it's just something to think about.